These are my Guernet G Evolution 5 sport touring boots, which I got around 3 years ago, but they are old now. Like, they are falling apart. That's how old they are. The sole had come off on both the pairs and I had to stick it with super glue. And while I did stick it and it feels pretty solid now, I generally don't prefer wearing these because I don't know how much the glue will last in case of a crash. It's not reassuring for me, so I decided to retire these boots and get myself new pair of riding boots. Yeah, they are heavy. Welcome, the Fly Racing FR5 motocross riding boots. Now, in this video, I will go over why I bought these motocross boots instead of regular adventure boots or adventure touring boots like For My Adventures, or even Guernet has a few, and I guess Tarmac or Rida. Why did I choose this hunk of a boot over those? And I will also give you a slight idea on what it's like to ride an adventure bike like a KTM 390 Adventure or a Himalayan while wearing motocross boots, and also a basic review of these boots. Let's get started. This is the Blue Biker. I am Ayush Rathod. I hope you enjoyed this video. If not, well, at least leave a like, man. So yeah, what are these? And why are these so big compared to any other riding boots you see on the market? Because these are motocross boots. They are specifically designed for rough, very technical off-roading. This is what makes them the safest boots you can buy when you ride an adventure bike, or own and ride an adventure bike. Why is that? What makes these boots so safe compared to regular adventure boots? Well, consider this. Consider these, for example. These are sport touring boots, and adventure touring boots are not too dissimilar from these. In terms of safety, they are pretty much on the same level because they are made for touring as well as some light sport riding or adventure riding. Again, very similar. Not similar actually, but you get my point. On these boots or regular adventure touring boots, you will have a steel shank under the boot, a toe protector, this cup, heel cup, yes, I finally remember that, armor, some kind of armor for your ankle bones, and some level of shin protection. That's where regular touring boots or most road boots end. In terms of lateral movement for your ankle, for fractures and hyperextension injuries, you don't have a lot of safety. You want an example? Take a look at this. It's just easy to bend them. That's the same case with For My Adventures or any other adventure riding boot. But if you consider motocross boots, which by the way are heavy, they offer a lot of protection. I'm not joking. You obviously have all the basics you would need for your riding boots. For example, there's a toe cup, but then the TPU panel extends all the way to the side to give you protection on side and top as well. And the toe cup is significantly harder than those boots. At the same time, you have heel protection, which is very substantial. Then you have a steel shank. Even the sole is pretty thick, and all the best bending it. It's not going to bend at all. You also have some level of shin protection over here. Even these leather panels are thick, so they offer some sort of padding. Where these motocross boots get serious is in terms of its hinge. That's what you call it. This entire part, this mechanism over here. So as you can see, there's one part over here, and the entire part over here. Consider this like the spine, which protects your calf muscles and the bone that stays there. And this hinge works to prevent any kind of flexing in the boot. Like, this is how far back it will go, this is how far forward it will go. And in terms of this kind of movement, yeah, that's it. Even when I apply a lot of pressure, that's how far they will bend. So if you're wearing these and let's say you crash your bike, your feet are not going to move anywhere. If something hits you and twists your ankle or something, these will hold your leg in place. And they are pretty safe. This is what makes them the safest kind of boot you can wear on adventure motorcycles. If you want something similar on a sport bike or a street bike, you should look at race boots with a similar hinge, but their dimensions are much sleeker and they are made for crouch down positions. This one is not. I tried riding an Interceptor 650 with this and I had a tough time changing levers. Even on Adventure 390 at first, it's kind of difficult to change gears, but over time you get used to it and you might have to make some adjustments to your brake and clutch levers so that the tall toe part can get under the lever and pull it up. That brings us to some imperfections that you will have to deal with when you're wearing motocross boots on an adventure bike. For me, I had to deal with the levers. Like I mentioned, I had to reposition them. Second one was the lack of feedback. This is not a bad thing. It makes you a better rider. Trust me. When you wear these boots, for the first 4 or 5 rides, you will not get any kind of feedback because they say take some time to break in and you need to train your brain to take whatever feedback you're getting from it. So at first, I never knew if I'm pressing the brake lever or if my foot is on the clutch pad, gear lever or something. But over time, after 2-3 rides, I started understanding the feedback coming from these, and they are just as good as regular boots. You just need to train yourself for them. So if you are thinking you will get these boots and then go on a 1000 kilometer trip, not going to happen. I would advise you to wear them around for at least 400-500 kilometers and understand the feedback they're giving you and allow them to break in a bit. They do become a bit flexible after a while because right out of the box they are very rigid, but over time they'll start becoming more flexible and start offering you a lot of feedback. So yeah, the problems, they are problems initially, but they pass if you are willing to learn with these. Then there is another problem which I'm going to make another video about. It is the level of noise they make. Just listen to this. Yeah, you wear these and you walk anywhere and you will sound like a dying guinea pig. That's how loud they are. I'm going to fix them. I have a fix for them which I will show you in the second video, but for now these are the problems. So how comfortable are they? You might be assuming, since they are so rigid and heavy. These are heavy. Are they comfortable? A few points I have for this. One, they are hot, so don't think they are very breathable because as you can see there is no vents at all on this. Second, they are not waterproof, so you're not trading in your breathability for waterproofing either. But they are very comfortable once you get used to them. Yes, they are rigid and walking in them will make you feel like a penguin. Like, you know how penguins walk like this? That's how you're going to walk initially. But over time, you'll get used to them and then they will start feeling very comfortable because they hold your legs your feet so snugly. You'll feel like your feet are cuddling with something really soft because they are very soft inside. And these are not the most expensive motocross boots. These are on the lower tier of the segment. So the more money you pay on motocross boots, the more comfort you can expect. Also more safety. Yes, these are C rated too as well, but they are the cheap ones. Let's get to build quality and aesthetics. Well, build quality, I've used them for around 500 kilometers by now and they feel pretty solid. Yes, the build quality is not as good as my Guernes. Those were handcrafted in Italy. These ones are probably made by kids in Myanmar. So I don't support child slavery at all, but that's the kind of world we live in. Even my phone is probably made by kids. So you'll find a few inconsistencies here and there, but overall the build quality feels solid and these should last at least 2 years. I would rate them 7 out of 10. The Guernes were easily 9 out of 10, at least for the comfort and quality they offered. Safety wise, these are 10 out of 10. Guernes were 6 out of 10. And aesthetics, oh, these look amazing, especially if you have adventure type of riding gear. These will fit right in. I've been wearing them and trust me, these get a lot of eyes, probably because they are very loud, but apart from that they look very cool. So value for money, that's usually the final segment. Is it worth your money? I paid 20,000 for these, So these are not cheap. But again, riding boots are never cheap. They are some of the most expensive riding gear, a piece of riding equipment you'll buy. Okay, especially when it comes to riding gear. So your helmet, my helmet costs 10,000 rupees, but these are twice that easily. So are they worth it? Yes, they are worth it. Any kind of money you invest in your riding boots is always worth it. Wow, I didn't show you guys my wallpaper, man. But yeah, any kind of money you invest in riding boots is always worth it. For reference, Gurney Adventures cost around 26,000 rupees and they are nowhere near this boot when it comes to safety. If you ride an adventure bike, consider getting motocross boots instead of adventure boots because they will not protect your feet. These actually will. I saw a lot of videos on this before I made the call because I love how adventure boots look. They are beautiful, especially in that tan leather color. Lovely, but not safe. This is a decision I made. Obviously, you might have some different type of risk assessment. For you, comfort might be just as important as safety. I'm not judging everyone. It's up to you what you want to wear. For me, at least, and for people like me who ride like me, that is, fast whether you are off-road or on-road. If you are one of those fast riders, you should not skimp on safety. Comfort, you'll get used to it after a while. I really questioned myself whether this is a good purchase for the first 200 kilometers. After that, I'm like, these are good. I'm never going back to adventure boots or touring boots. I'll either stick to motocross boots or I'll buy race boots. Yeah, for some situation, if I have a lot of money, I might invest in touring boots for rides where I know I'm not going to go fast and not going to off-road. But if I'm ever going off-roading, I will always have my motocross boots with me. These hopefully for the next 3 years. After that, I will probably get Alpine Stars Tech 7s or something, or TCX ones. They look beautiful, especially in those weird color combinations. Yeah, that's it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to teach you how to get rid of that squeal. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys found this video helpful. And if you have any thoughts, if you have any questions about these boots, by the way, I bought them from LMT Store, Mumbai. I'll leave a link to their Instagram in the description. You can catch them. They are really good friends of mine and they will help you out with your touring gear needs in Mumbai. Yeah, if you have any more questions about motocross boots or adventure boots or these boots in particular, drop your questions in the comment. I am happy to answer.